All right, let's do this again. This is take number 5. You guys, I have been attempting for like the past 30 minutes to go live. And I don't know what's up with the connection, but I'm going to keep going until it sticks. And it's going to stick this time. If at first you don't succeed, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm not going to say the TR, you know what word, because I don't agree with that word. I think saying that word is like a cop-out for, oh, if it doesn't happen, it's okay because all I was doing was giving it up. I don't use that word. I say go for it, keep going, be consistent, be persistent, and keep doing it until it happens. That's what you want. Keep doing it until it happens. So, God morning, everyone. God morning. My name is Shay Hope, also known as the Hope Strategist, and I say God morning now. I got that from one of my mentors, Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington, when she said that she started having God mornings. And what that means is making sure that in the morning, before she does anything, before she gets on her phone, before she reads text messages and emails or does social media, she makes sure that she gives her time to God. She taps into her spiritual realm, her spiritual power. And I've started doing that too. I've started getting into the word and like really, really getting into the word. Like not just reading the Bible from cover to cover, right? But actually asking the Holy Spirit to lead me to a chapter, to a verse, whatever it is that I'm supposed to read that day. And it's amazing because every time I do that, it's like whatever it is that I'm thinking in my head or something that, was addressed gets talked about in that Bible verse or in that chapter, right? So it's not by accident. I don't believe in, coincidence. That's another word I don't use, okay? Everything happens for a reason. I honestly do believe that. The same reason why I believe my other videos, the other things I was saying, it didn't connect. There's a reason why it didn't connect, because I was supposed to say this, okay? So for those of you who are just joining me, I want to just talk about connection. I think it's so important that we are connecting the right way, especially in these times right now. Like there's so much going on in this world. And, if you allow doom and gloom to take over your mind, then you'll look at it as, oh my gosh, everything is going bad. I don't see it that way. Yes, I do believe that there's a lot going on in this world and we are fighting a spiritual warfare. Absolutely. I don't believe, the fight is between, men and women or between races or between religious factions. No, I honestly believe we are fighting not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. We are fighting a spiritual warfare. And the only way to fight a spiritual warfare is to make sure that you are spiritually bound. You can't use human weapons to fight in a spiritual warfare. Like you absolutely can't do that. Okay? You have to fight with a higher power on your side. You have to make sure that you have the word embedded in you. You have to make sure that you are reading the word. You have to make sure that you are listening. And then you have to make sure that you're applying it. And you have to believe. You have to believe even when it doesn't look like what you want it to look like. And you have to understand that trauma will not take you out. As long as you don't let it take you out, trauma will not take you out, okay? Turn your pain into strength. Thank you, Belle, for that quote. Belle's amazing son, Colt, said, "Turn your pain into strength, mother." You get the gist, right? Belle is a warrior woman that I met in a community, Girl Hold My Hand community, founded by Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington. Belle, Kim, another warrior woman. The three of us have, something in common. Not something that anyone would ever want to have in common, but it is something that happened. We all lost a son. And, it is something that you never get over. You just live with it and work through the process, okay, of grieving, forever loving, remembering, and honoring the sacredness of that relationship. So, those are two amazing women that I know that I'm blessed to have, as part of my circle. I thank God for, the community, because I never would have known them if it wasn't for the Girl Hold My Hand community. That's where I met them both. And I thank God that they were there, because I don't know if I would have been able to deal with the grieving process the way that I am. Okay? I really don't know if I would have been able to. But I watched these two women, and, and I listened to their words, and, and I watched them, and, they pour into me. And I really feel like we honestly do pour into each other, because we understand. It's a common thread that we now share. It's a bond, right? And, some bonds aren't always, created in the manner in which you want them to be, but you're nevertheless bonded. And you've got to figure out if you're gonna run away from it, if you're going to, let it take you out, or if you're going to grow, if you're going to use that pain and turn it into something that truly exemplifies the beauty of life. And I'm talking to myself. I really am talking to myself, but I think there's somebody on here who's listening who needed to hear that. Pain is inevitable, you guys. Like, we're always going to go through something. As long as we live on God's green, beautiful earth, we're going to deal with some pain. We're going to deal with some heartache. We're going to deal with some disappointment. We're going to deal with it. Like, that's a part of life, right? But it doesn't have to take you out. It doesn't have to take you out. I know it'll feel like it does, because Lord knows there are days when I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I really don't. I literally had that feeling on Mother's Day. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Mother's Day weekend, I don't know how I'm going to do this. The week leading up to Mother's Day, I don't know how I'm going to do this. To this day, I don't know how I'm doing this. When people say to me, oh my gosh, Shay, you're so strong. You're so strong. And let me tell you, dealing with the loss of a child I can't even describe what that pain is like. I feel like a piece of me is missing, because it is, all I can say is God is within me. God is within me, and he talks to me every day, all the time. He's talking to me now, and my baby is talking to me right now. They're telling me, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just putting one foot in front of the other. You don't have to have it all figured out. And that's right, you guys. We don't have to have it all figured out. We're not supposed to have it all figured out, right? We're not supposed to have it all figured out. If you feel like you're at the point where you don't need God, or you don't need a mentor, or you don't need to learn anymore, you might as well not be alive anymore. Because then what is the purpose of being here? I never want to hear from someone or learn from someone who tells me they got it all and they ain't never got to open a book and they don't ever have to go to another, mentorship or coaching program, or they ain't never got to do nothing, like they don't have to listen to anybody, they are their own mentor. Run away from that. Run away from that. Because when you think you're bigger than everybody else and everything else, you've stopped evolving, you've stopped growing. So I'm inviting you to connect with me. Connect with me. If you don't have a community, if you don't have a tribe, if you don't have a safe, sacred space where you feel like you can grow, click the link tree in my bio. Go to my bio, you guys. Click the link tree and join Girl Hold My Hand community. There is a tribe of women and some men. We've got some men in there too. A tribe of men and women who are truly, truly doing amazing things, elevating one another, supporting one another, growing together. We meditate. We have coaching calls. Okay. Matter of fact, we have one tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, led by Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington. We have events where we get together and actually, see one another. Okay. We have the Girl Hold My Hand Foundation, where we give back to the community and to people who are in need. All right. And and we celebrate each other's wins and successes. We support one another's businesses. You guys, that is something that is so necessary. Like, we can't do this by ourselves. We honestly can't. And we've got to be in an atmosphere, an environment where we can grow and evolve and push one another. If that's truly what you want, if you're looking to evolve, if you're looking to get past the status quo, if you want more for yourselves, then get involved, get in a community, connect. Hi, for those of you joining, hello. Hey, John, how are you, sweetheart? So, don't do this on your own, you guys. Don't do this on your own. We've got so much life to live. Like, this is an amazing world. And I say that because there's so much opportunity. When people are like, oh, this world is the pits, or this is that, like, if that's your reality, yeah, then it is what it is for you, but we can truly have heaven on earth. I'm not saying this is going to be all, sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops and gumdrops, but you can truly live the life you dreamt if that's what you want, if that's what you desire. You're going to have hiccups, you're going to have obstacles, you're going to have setbacks. Hell, you're going to have things that take you for a loop and damn near take you out. I never, ever, ever would have thought my 2025 would start the way that it did. I never thought that. And sometimes when I sit back and I'm just like, how, why, Lord, what is going on? I don't have the answer to that. But what I do know is every day that I wake up, every day that God gives me another chance, I know he's saying, I have plans for you. Jeremiah 29:11. It's my favorite scripture. I know every day he's telling me, I have a plan for you. Okay? And you've got to keep pushing, because there's something on the other side, something so magnificent. There is something I have for you, and I need you. I need you to keep pushing. Yep, God is definitely in the blessing business. I don't even acknowledge the lies of anyone. Like, seriously, I don't acknowledge that at all. What I do acknowledge is God's favor. What I do acknowledge is God's favor. I know God blessed me. I know God created me so uniquely that I know. When people say to me, how are you so strong? Or, wow, how are you doing this? And you don't look like what you've been through. Yeah, I know. Because I'm built different. And I don't know why. I'm sure it'll all come to me eventually. But right now, all I got to know is I'm built different. I'm here for a purpose. And I'm here to speak. I'm here to speak to the ones who were supposed to hear what I have to say. Yes, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to get ready to go because I've got a training call in less than 15 minutes that I've got to get on, you guys. But again, I want to invite you to connect with me and the community that I am a part of. Go to the link tree in my bio. You'll see there's a couple other things. For those of you who are looking for a business opportunity, for those of you who are looking to find out what you need to do in order to invest, okay? For those of you who are just looking to connect with someone like-minded, for those of you who are going through a grieving process right now, like, let's connect. Don't try to do this by yourself. Click the link tree in my bio. Join this amazing community that I'm a part of, or reach out to me if you want to learn more about a business opportunity, or if you're looking to get out of debt. How many of you are tired of being in debt and tired of living paycheck to paycheck? How many of you are tired of saying, oh, one day I'm going to blah, 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 blah? Well, you know, there's no such day on the calendar as one day. All right. So let one day turn into an actual day. Let's get connected and find out what you need to do in order to put yourself in a position where you're not having to just dream about, you know, traveling to Europe or traveling to Africa or living abroad or buying the house of your dreams or sending your kids to, you know, a great college, a university, if that's what they want, or starting a business. Like, people are living like that, you guys. People are living like that. And it's not just one particular race. It's people of all races. It's people that look like me who are absolutely living the life of their dreams. Okay? They're not living paycheck to paycheck. That is not of God. Hello to those of you just joining. All right? So let's get connected. Let's push one another. Let's build one another up. Let's collaborate, because collaboration is the new currency. All right, let's make this world an amazing place, because it is absolutely amazing. You woke up this morning, it's an amazing world. I don't care what it might look like in your life right now. This world is amazing. You were made and created for such a time as this. I truly believe that. And I believe that for me as well. All right. Blessings and abundance, everyone. Go to the link tree in my bio. Let's connect. Let's connect. All right. Blessings and abundance.